Hey guys, Jay. Welcome back to the channel. So, I've set up the review station today, and I'm going to be looking at something very special. They're prototypes, but I think you guys will be excited, because I know I am. Guys, today we're going to have a look at the brand new 80s Commander from Ramen Toy. As you can see, standing before me are the three brand new figures from Ramen Toy. I have the privilege of having a look at these, well, what they call test shots. And if you haven't figured it out already, these are the brand new 80s Commander figures from Ramen Toy. Guys, this is a dream come true for me. These particular figures have been something I've been hoping and dreaming of for years. If you guys don't know already, these three figures are based off of a very popular cartoon from the 1980s and very popular toy line called Centurions. It was a show that focused on three specialized soldiers who were experts in land, sea, and air combat. They would don these amazing exosuits, which could join with various weapon systems, making them man and machine. Power, well, you know the rest, guys. And today, Ramen Toy has gone all the way to the 80s and brought back these amazing figures into the 2020s. I can't wait to have a look at these. I hope you guys will enjoy this look at the Ramen Toy 80s Commander test shots. So, a lot of you guys don't know this, but my favorite Centurion has always been Max Ray. So, I think it'll be appropriate if we start this sneak peek look with the Naval Commander. Let's have a look. Alright guys, let's take a closer look at the Naval Commander, who is based off the original character of Max Ray in the Centurions Toy line and television series. Wow, you can really tell that this particular figure is based off a reimagined version of Max Ray. The sculpting is definitely not Max. You can definitely tell that he actually looks more akin to, actually, in my opinion, he looks more like Tony Stark. He's got a goatee, his mustache is definitely there, and he's got that kind of like, hairline, and he's looking pretty spiffy. Definitely somebody who was raised and, trained in the Navy. Crazy. These are, as I said before, test shots. They're definitely not made for overextended play. Yeah, so as I'm filming these, I gotta be very mindful about the idea that these are definitely not production quality figures. So, guys, you gotta remember that these are definitely prototypes. They call them test shots. So what they are is they're the first early looks at what these figures are gonna be when they come off the production line. It's very important at this early stage that they create these so that they can use them to test out the tolerances of the actual play features. For example, the notches here, the actual pegs, if they're not secured properly, they will fall out, as a lot of you guys have seen with certain other types of toys. This stage, the prototype stage or the test shot stage, is exactly when that happens. They use these prototypes to find out just how big the millimeter size of the hole is, so that they can increase or decrease depending on how tightly these other accessories actually fit. So yeah, it's a very important process, and we're very lucky to be able to have a quick look at these thanks to Ramen Toy. These are specifically to test the tolerances and the fittings, which will eventually become the final product. The important thing to note about these is the size of the pegs themselves are very important, as they will be instrumental in holding on to the weapon systems later down the road. Everything about this is definitely a prototype. You can see that the joints are not anywhere near as stiff or malleable as they should be. This is just, as I said before, to test the overall fittings and to make sure that the molds themselves fit properly. After that, it's just about tweaking and tweaking all of the different tolerances, making sure that the pegs and the positioning of each of the joints has enough tolerance to hold the figure in place. Each of the joints has enough tolerance to hold the figure in place over long, extended periods of play. But we're not here to talk about how the joints move or how everything fits together. This is just a very early look at these figures, and I really feel privileged that we have the opportunity from Ramen Toy. I really want to thank the Ramen Toy team for allowing us to actually have this first look. This is something that's generally not supposed to happen, guys. To be perfectly honest with you, we're not supposed to look at this test shot this early on. But I think Ramen Toy wanted to let the public know just how important it is to them that these figures come out properly And this is a really important first look for them, and I have to say, I'm incredibly impressed by what I see. The craftsmanship, the detail, oh my goodness, look at these wonderful lines. It really harkens back to the overall design of the Centurions. Now this is definitely not a one-to-one copy of the original Centurion mold. These are absolutely brand new designs, 100% unique. I'm loving the way this looks. It really is incredible. The colors themselves, well, I mean, I'm looking forward to them, as it is right now. Having them here in this beige plastic, it's kind of hard to tell, but you know, I can imagine pretty much how it's going to look, and I'm super excited to eventually see the final product. Alright, so let's go through a bit of what we can expect in the articulation. The head itself is on a ball joint. As expected, it moves left, right, up, down, and yeah, we can perform a full 360 with the head. This is definitely going to come to play later down the road. The shoulders have 2 peg holes on the left and the right. Obviously, that's pretty much exactly what it was in the original toy. But there's this added flap here, which is a wonderful design element, as I'm sure this was definitely not in the original toy. I think it adds a brand new aesthetic to the whole piece, and I really like it. It looks, it's attached here by, it looks like a small piece of plastic, and when you manipulate it, it's not getting in the way, so yeah. I'm pretty confident that this will be able to flex. Actually, now that I look at it closely, yeah, it will be an interesting design to see how that works in the final product. They have a bicep cut here, so right at the top, we can do a swivel here and there. It has a double jointed elbows. As well, we can see here almost a full, yeah, well, almost, damn. I went a little too far there. The hand, oh my gosh, almost comes up all the way. Same thing with the other side. Yeah, it comes up almost all the way. The fist and the details in the fist, it's actually really quite nice. Yeah, the details in the fist are quite nice. We can see the hand cover design, and yeah, they're very detailed. Yes, wonderful sculpt on the open splayed hands as well. Wow, I can't wait to see this in colored and fully rendered. This is amazing. I love the design of the chest. It really does harken back to the original Centurion design. The details here are simple, yet also intricate. I love the way they designed it. Sometimes less is more, right? That's something like that I was taught in design school, so I really appreciate the details and all the subtleness of the overall look. He does have a waist swivel as well, and I can tell once again this is a test shot because it's not going to be 100% a proper fit. This is something that we're going to have to work on for the future, pretty sure. There is no ab crunch, but I believe that's actually a design choice based on the fact that they will have weapon systems that are going to connect to the back and to the front. Yeah, the details on the waist are wonderfully realized. Man, this is just looking better and better every single time I look at it. The legs themselves are quite uniquely detailed. They have an upper thigh cut here for some upper thigh rotation, and on the side here, a couple more pegs where you can attach more of the weapon systems. Yes. There's also a double knee, so it actually can go full back, and I can't do a robo, but let's try. No. He cannot kick his own butt. At least it doesn't look like that way anyway. Not with these particular tolerances. The ankle joint is on a rocker, so it can do left and right, and moves up just about there, and moves forward just about there. Wonderful designs on the boot too. Yeah. These little details really, really do it for me. This is so great. Amazing. So the figure itself, yeah. The figure itself, oh man, it really does harken back to all those days playing Centurions as a kid. Loving it. Holy crap. Super impressive, this figure. Just amazing. Alright, I'm going to bring in the Air Force Commander, and he's very much more of the same. The body types themselves are pretty much all the same across the 80s Commander. I don't think they've made any effort to hide that. They've been very clear that all the 80s Commanders are pretty much the exact same body type.
So I do feel a need to actually mention this. I actually have no problems with shared body types. I think especially for smaller companies that are trying to get a foothold and really just trying to get a kickstart into creating these brand new action figures, it's actually a really smart move. Think about this. You don't have to retool every single new character. You can just share the body types, change the colors, and actually save a lot of production, cost, and heartache when it comes to trying to figure out the tolerances between each of the characters. The early test shots, if you will, are able to be done once, and you can actually get all the fittings, the hole sizes, and the peg sizes correct the first time. After that, it's just all about getting them out the door. So yeah, really happy that they decided to do the same body types, different heads, and of course, different colors.
And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't see that as an issue. The real differences are definitely in the paint when they're finally fully rendered, and of course, it's going to be very apparent with the facial sculpts. The Air Force Commander here is definitely an homage to Ace McCloud, but also very different from Ace. It's a very different likeness than the 80 Centurions cartoon and the action figure, but just has enough of a likeness and an homage to that original figure. Man, he really does look the part. Super excited about this. Can't wait to see him fully rendered in color. This is going to be super exciting, guys. Wow, the Air Force Commander. Amazing. Alright, let's bring in the Armor Commander. Wow, I am so impressed with this one too. Again, the body types are all the same, and that really makes a lot of sense for a company which is doing a first run on any figure set, really. It really makes sense for a figure line like 80's Commander. The Centurions all had exosuits, which were nearly identical anyway, so they will all pretty much share the same body type and will be colored differently. Not sure if they'll be using different color plastics, but for sure the paints to highlight all of the features from each and every character. There were slight details in certain cuts and certain details of the armor, but in this case, I really don't mind the fact that they will be sharing the same body type. The main difference, of course, with the Armor Commander is his face, which is an homage to Jake Rockwell. Yeah, he's definitely got that receding hairline that Jake was known for. He does have a quite unique face, and you know what? He's got almost like a furrowed brow. Oh, that's interesting. Man, you gotta love the details. Super happy the way they designed these characters. He's got a bit of that messy hair look too. Yeah, really short. Definitely was trained and raised in the army.
Alright guys, it was really cool to see all the different variations of Naval Commander, Armor Commander, and Air Force Commander. In the next video, we're going to take a deeper dive and take a look at some of the accessories that come with Naval Commander. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave me a like, it really helps me out. If you have any comments or suggestions on anime, cartoons, toys, collectibles, or anything else you'd like me to review, please leave that in the comment section below, and consider subscribing, as it helps YouTube to realize I'm doing a good job, and you guys enjoy my work. Well guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. Geek proud.